guys, I hope you're all doing well. This is my first true day off in over a month, and so I just wanted to sit down and film a ton of videos for you guys that I've been planning for the longest time. And I'm actually really excited about this video because today we are going to be talking all about luxury makeup. Recently, I have just found a love for luxury makeup. I've always loved high-end makeup, but recently I've been really diving into the luxury section of that category. I feel like I just had a really weird voice crack. And after buying a lot and testing out a lot, I wanted to sit down and make a luxury makeup favorites video. I think I maybe want to do like an updated version of this video every 6 months or so, just because my makeup collection is constantly changing and growing, and I'm giving stuff away and then I'm adding stuff into my collection. So this is kind of like the first volume of this series, if you will. But without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into the favorites. We're going to kind of work like through the face. I divided it into a couple different categories, so let's just jump right in. I guess I'll start with the concealer first. This isn't necessarily luxury, but I wanted to include a concealer in this video, and it's definitely high-end, so I just wanted to talk about it because I have been loving it. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Everybody and their mother knows about this, but truth be told, I honestly think that it is just a little bit better than Tarte Shape Tape, and here's why. By the way, I get mine in the color Almond. It's like my perfect skin tone. I don't use this actually as an under eye concealer. I use it more so like all over the face and like problem areas. Don't get me wrong, I still adore my Tarte Shape Tape, but if I had to pick one over the other, I would probably go with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. For whatever reason, I feel like depending on the foundation that I pair with my Tarte Shape Tape, sometimes my Tarte Shape Tape will begin to crease and it will begin to just wear really weird. However, with this concealer, I find that no matter what foundation I pair with it, it is flawless, it's beautiful, the coverage is amazing. Just like the Tarte Shape Tape, I can also use this on its own, kind of in lieu of a foundation. But it's just phenomenal, and it's a giant ass doe foot applicator, but it's phenomenal, and I love everything about it. Now I want to talk about my two top luxury foundations. The first of which is a liquid foundation. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. I get mine in the color 1W2 Sand. I had heard so many things about this foundation before I ever purchased it, and I heard that it's like 24-hour wear, doesn't transfer onto clothing, and that's really what intrigued me and made me want to buy this foundation. You know, I have a boyfriend, I give him hugs, I hang around people, I work around people, and sometimes like I just feel so uncomfortable when it's time to like give somebody a hug because I'm afraid like my makeup is just gonna like transfer onto their clothes. This little guy though is like a freaking magnet. Once it is on your face, it is not moving. I have extremely oily skin, and I can honestly say I don't even have to set this with a powder. If I chose not to, I wouldn't have to use a powder with this foundation. It stays in place all day. It looks flawless. It looks beautiful. This is already my second bottle. It is worth every single penny. And then I also wanted to mention just this foundation. I cannot get enough of it, and I'm kicking myself for taking so long to finally purchase it. This is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I have never loved a stick foundation so much in my life. I'm the color Natural. For those who can't tell, I have a really neutral undertone to my skin. I don't have any pink and I don't have any yellow undertones in my skin. So surprisingly, sometimes foundations can be really hard to find for my specific skin tone. But anyways, here is what the foundation looks like. It is so creamy, it blends so well. The coverage is amazing. It's full coverage just like the Estee Lauder foundation. It looks beautiful in pictures. It just gives this amazing like luminous finish, like your skin but better. And even though I say luminous, it's still really good for those with oily combination skin like myself. I think it works beautifully. It's such an amazing foundation. Again, worth every penny. All right, so moving on to like some more face products, just not foundations and concealers anymore. Most of these next products are all from the same brand because I'm just obsessed, and when it comes to luxury makeup, I think that this brand just does it right, and everything is justifiable when it comes to the price, and the quality is just there, and it's an amazing brand. And we are going to be continuing with Hourglass. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. You get 3 of their ambient lighting powders. You get Dim Light, Incandescent Light, and Radiant Light. So how I like to use this palette is this first color right here I use as an all-over setting powder, and then these two I mix to create the most beautiful natural highlight. This powder right here though, this is Dim Light. all over your face, makes you look so flawless, perfectly filtered. It's like a filter for your face in real life, and combined with the Vanish Stick foundation, it is just like the most killer duo. Moving right along to a blush that I love the Hourglass ambient lighting blushes. They are just amazing, and I wanted to show you a color that I really love. So this is in the color Radiant Magenta, and the blush itself is this beautiful magenta color with gold kind of woven into the blush. You know, while some days like you really want people to know that you're wearing makeup, like today I did a very dramatic like lip and eye look, and so like I want people to know that I am like getting glam. But then there are other days, or kind of every day when it comes to my skin, maybe not so much like my eyes or my lips, but my skin, I don't necessarily want people to know that I have a face full of makeup on, and I want it to just seem like I have this like flawless canvas, and that's really where these products come into play from Hourglass. You know, they're not like overly pigmented, they're not overly like saturated, they just give a beautiful natural like radiant finish to the skin, and they have so many different shades of these blushes. This is just a miniature size because I have so many blushes, it takes me a long time to get through one anyways, but they're just amazing and I cannot recommend them enough. And then this is the last Hourglass product, I swear, but I wanted to talk about one of my top like luxury bronzers. I have quite a few in my collection, but this hands down is like my favorite luxury bronzer. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. I literally use this thing almost every day, and I know it looks like I haven't even touched it, but I promise, like there's a crap ton of product in here, so it takes a long time to get through, but this, even though it looks fairly light in the pan, on the skin gives the most beautiful like glow. It just warms up the face for the fall and winter. I know that I'm just going to be like clutching onto this for dear life so that I don't look like a pale dead like Christmas man. So I want to talk about two highlighters that I have been loving besides the one from Hourglass. These ones again aren't necessarily luxury, but they are high-end, so they are definitely more of an investment. The first of which is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Highlighter in the color Exposed. I love Tarte, and I don't know what really compelled me to buy this one day, but I remember I was walking around Sephora and I was like, you know, I've never really tried a Tarte highlighter, let me grab this. And then I put it on at home and I was literally just like, oh, I am a disco queen, a disco ball queen. I am glowing and I am loving it. So it is just this beautiful champagne gold. It's not too yellow, but it's not too pearlescent. It is just my perfect shade. It's one of those that even though it's a dry formula, it glides on so easily. It doesn't like attach to your skin. It doesn't make your texture look any more emphasized. Oh my gosh. And then I also have just been loving the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo. This is in the color Girl Next Door and Chic Freak. Here are the two colors right here. They're just these beautiful like rose gold peachy highlighters. I have just been loving these, specifically this one right here, which I believe this one is Chic Freak. It's the one that's a little bit more metallic, and then this one's really good for like more of a natural day. You can also kind of use this one as a blush topper too, depending on your skin tone and depending on like the shade of blush that you're using. But these are just beautiful, and again, like for the holiday seasons, I love these because of like the gold reflexes in the highlighter. I've also used this on my eyes and done kind of like a monochromatic look too, so it's a really good like 2-in-1 product as well. Fenty Beauty is amazing. They've taken over the makeup world by storm, and I think it's completely justified. It's amazing. Okay, so now I want to talk about some eye products that I have been just loving. The first of which is actually from MAC Cosmetics, which I still kind of consider them like luxury just because I don't know, I think that some of their products really are super special and can't be recreated, and you can't find a dupe for them. This is one of their Dazzle shadows in the color I Like to Watch, and I had to wait for forever to get my hands on this because anytime I would go into a MAC Cosmetics store here in the city, it would just be sold out. But here is what the color looks like. So depending on where you hold it in the light, it looks green in some lights, it looks gold in some others, it looks brown and purple in some other lights. It's just one of the most unique like duochrome shadows I've ever found, and their Dazzle shadows truly are amazing. They are a little bit more pricey for a single shadow, but I think it's totally worth it, especially this color. Like I said, I've never been able to find anything that comes close to a dupe for this, and I just think it's something really special, and if you're a makeup collector like myself, you really do need to have this color in your collection. Marc Jacobs Beauty has quickly found a way into my heart and into my bank account, and they just released these new products, and I picked them up the first day that they were available in my Sephora. These are the new Glam Glitter eyeshadows. I got almost every single color that was released, literally without even trying the products, but just knowing like if I didn't buy them now, they were just gonna be taken up. And these are amazing. They are some of the most gorgeous, like literally stunning, like pressed glitter cream shadows essentially, and they are just amazing. So one of the colors that I've been loving in particular, this is the color, oh wait, I almost read the wrong thing. This is the color 90 Topaz Flash. Also, these are called the Sequins Glam Glitter Eyeshadows. This color here is just a beautiful like topaz with some purple, green, and gold reflex in it. It is just beautiful. Literally on days that I want it to look like I took a lot of time with my eyes, but I don't have a lot of time, I'll just press my finger in here, swipe it across my lid. Literally one swipe is all you need, and you just have this beautiful, just reflective glitter on your eyes. And these are so amazing. They are expensive. They're almost like $30, but in my opinion, they are really, really worth the price tag. And then lastly, for eyeshadows, I wanted to mention a little palette that I've been loving recently. This originally came out and I wasn't interested in it, and then I swatched it in stores. I fell in love with it, but I was still unsure of how much I was actually going to use it. And after having this for a little while, I can honestly say I am so glad that I invested in this. And this is the Natasha Denona Camel palette. But here's what the palette looks like. In here you get 3 matte shades and then 2 of like her pressed like metallic foiled shadows. It's truly like a neutral lover's dream. And while I do love my color, on an everyday basis, I'm definitely more of a neutrals girl. So I love this. I really recommend it to anybody, especially like a beginner who wants to kind of dive into the luxury side of makeup. I really recommend this. And then lastly, for eyes, I just wanted to mention a liner that I have been loving, and this is the Marc Jacobs Fine Liner. Essentially, it's just a super, super skinny black liner, but I love this because I can use this on my waterline and it will not budge the entire day. But I can also line like my top lash line with it and smudge it out if I want to do a smoky eye, and it's super blendable and very, very easy to work with. I think that this is one of the best luxury liners that I have found. And then finally, I have so many like high-end and luxury lip products that I really could have made an entirely separate video about my top like luxury lip products. But I wanted to mention one that I just think is my top favorite, and I'll explain why. I think out of all the lip products that I was going to talk about, this one has the best shade range, it has the best formula, it's at the best price point, and I really, really love this product. And these are the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipsticks. These come in both a matte formula and a metallic formula as well that dries matte, but they just have like metallic shades to them. I think I probably have about 10 or 11 of these, but my favorite color at the moment is Stay Neutral. I've had this for a little while now, and it's just like my perfect cooler toned, like just nude brown. It's giving me just everything. And with that Natasha Denona Camel palette, you could create like a look and a half with this. They have a fantastic shade range. Again, really good formula, and I think the price point is like totally justified. So as a whole, this is gonna be like the main and only lip product that like I mentioned in today's video. There you guys have it. Those are my luxury makeup favorites. I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up to let me know that you'd like to see more of me on this channel. Please subscribe and help me grow the Ruby Rocks the World family. It would mean the absolute world to me. Follow me on all my social media networks. Links are always in the down bar below. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, night, afternoon, whenever you all are watching this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Okay? Bye everybody!